We just got married again in February, and for our honeymoon, I decided the whole honeymoon was based on the fact that my dream was to always catch a marlin. We got a timeshare from somebody at church and we were able to go to Mexico. I heard it was marlin season in Mexico, so that was our destination. We went to Mexico, we went on a fishing trip, and just as the trip was ending, zip, the line caught and I got myself about a 6-foot marlin. It was the best experience of my life. We got married in February 20th. I met her actually here. Her name is Gina Kiefer. She went through the women's residence. She worked here for about 2 weeks. I couldn't stand the girl. Never gave her a second thought. She ended up leaving here. I got called to serve at a church, Midway Baptist Church. We had a Saturday night service outside, and someone from this church, Sharon actually brought her over there, and we met each other again and we hit it off. I kind of lied to her. I kind of used ministry to get her on a date. I told her I had some ministry ideas and see if she can help me, and you know, we really hit it off. We felt really comfortable with each other. I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard to actually have a God-honoring relationship for the both of us, since this was all new to us. But we made sure we took every step to make sure that we were held accountable, that we would be able to wait till marriage and to do it the way God actually wanted to do it. And we got married, and our marriage is just absolutely blessed. I came to know Christ here at the Christian Care Center in the men's residence. After a 15-year heroin addiction, living up in New York on the streets, my mom lived down here. She brought me down here. I ended up in jail within the first year of me being in Florida for stealing about $3,000 worth of jewelry from her. And as I sat in jail, she gave me the option. She was going to drop the charges, and I would have to go to a rehab that was in a church, or I got to stay in jail. I actually had to debate about it and give her a call back a few days later, because the last thing I ever wanted to do was be around a bunch of Christians, to be about church. I knew nothing about Christ. I never heard the name really, Jesus Christ. So it was a big deal, but I figured that I've been in rehabs before. I've been in mental institutions when I was younger. I knew how to work an interview process. I knew what to give them to get myself out of it. So I came to the men's residence with all intentions to lie my way out of an interview. And that's where I was introduced to the gospel for the first time, and I broke down and cried, and that's where I first accepted Christ. My duties now at the children's shelter, we just went under Florida Baptist Children's Home, so I'm the supervisor of the children's shelter, meaning I am in charge of the whole program, the staff, the children, the way the whole thing kind of flows. What fuels my passion would have to be just knowing I'm in the will of God. There's no better feeling and there's no better fuel than when I know that I'm exactly where God wants me to be. I spent 30-something years completely outside of the will of God, and you know, what fueled my passion was my flesh, and it would just make me hungry for more. I was never truly satisfied. And now that I try to walk in the will of God, when I know I'm in the will of God, I feel that satisfaction in my life, and that's what drives me to continue to walk with Him and to follow His direction rather than my own. This is nowhere where I thought I was going to end up being. I was a bartender all my life. I never thought I'd be working in a children's shelter and serving in a church, but that's exactly where God wants me to be, and that's what drives me, because I have that satisfaction.